honestly, most of it's a message of thanks. They're just happy that someone's willing to fight for their freedoms, for their liberties, for their Constitution, for their children and their grandchildren after them, to take on the establishment, to take on the swamp, to take on all of those institutions. They see what's going on, Jesse. They see the media and big tech and social media literally covering up a guy that's the most compromised candidate in the history of the U.S. presidency. Someone that's now, you have a naval intelligence officer that's literally saying, I was there, Joe Biden knew all about it. And the mainstream media is not even covering it. I mean, they're not just concerned about their Second Amendment anymore, because that's always on the table. They're concerned about their First Amendment. They're concerned about their thoughts just being shut out entirely by the Democrats and big tech, who are working together to suppress knowledge that every American should know before voting for president. They see all of it, Jesse. It's getting out there, and they're getting sick of it.
So when you have big tech aligned with the Democratic Party, aligned with the media, and they do these polls where they oversample, and they censor and they boycott and they run all sorts of misinformation, does that make you guys feel like the underdog? You're the incumbent, but in a way, your father is like the underdog when you see all of these powerful interests aligned against him.
Oh, 100% we're the underdog. I mean, think about it. Mainstream media, a multi-billion-dollar organization is putting their entire weight behind the Democrats. Social media, you have, big tech and Google. I mean, these are probably trillion-dollar industries that have decided they are going to be cheerleaders for the left. They will do whatever they can in their power to suppress information about Joe Biden, to hide Donald Trump's accomplishments. I mean, look at they don't even talk about 4 peace deals in the Middle East. I mean, at any other point in history, Jesse, that would be the holy grail of geopolitical politics. They refuse to talk about it. They refuse to talk about the corruption, millions of dollars exchanged, the Joe Biden hard drive. Let's not kid ourselves. The Democrats and the media impeached Donald Trump for being right about Joe Biden's corruption. They impeached Donald Trump to distract from what Joe Biden and Hunter Biden and the Biden crime family were actually doing. We now know it now. They have 1,000, probably more than 1,000 times the amount of evidence and corroboration against Hunter Biden, against Joe Biden himself, than they ever did against my family before they started the Russia hoax. And that they went with for 4 years. They're still talking about it as though it's real. They're still pretending it's a real thing, even though it's been totally cleared. They did that for this. Now they have 1,000 times that on the guy that could be the president of the United States. He could be beholden to China, to Russia, all those millions of dollars, the Putin associate to Hunter. I mean, we've never seen corruption like this. This guy makes Hillary Clinton seem like she's a kid in kindergarten in terms of corruption, and no one's to know about it. It's actually really sick, Jesse. Everything we know and love about America is at stake in this election, because if they win, big tech's going to continue to do this unchecked. They're going to be able to stymie you, suppress your free speech, suppress your liberties, and shut everything we know and love about this country down. We can't allow that to happen. Everyone has to get out and vote. Everyone has to bring their friends. They have to see what we're up against. They have to understand that there's people voting for Joe Biden that wouldn't if they actually knew the truth, but they're never going to see the truth. And that's their plan, and we can't allow that to happen in America. This is much more like communist China than it is anything we've ever seen in the United States.